How's it going, mates? This is Mrjacharles, and we're here with the case of Distrust. Okay, this is actually a game joke game, and we're back to game joke games now. I was going to do more PlayStation games, but the fact is my computer really couldn't take it. So I just kind of thought, alright, fair enough. I've got a few games. I might come back to those soon, actually. But again, I think I need to actually get to the point where I can use my capture card again, use my computer, then my computer's happy, I'm happy, and you guys are happy. But for now, we'll just have to stick with the simpler games, which my computer can actually run. So, I don't know much about this game. I know it's a demo. So, what we got? Start. Ooh, string. Amazing. Ooh, animation. I awoke in my desk chair. Did you really? Oh, do I have to keep clicking? Across from me were his piercing amber eyes. They surprised me at first, but I should have known he'd be there. I stretched and said mid-yawn, "Not very nice to sneak into a sleeping woman's apartment." But his stare just continued. I laughed at his glare. Why not? I laughed at his glare. I'd seen San Francisco's shrewd thugs, hardened cops, and deadly politicians, but none could ever match that gaze. Oh, doesn't this sound lovely? I knew I didn't have what he wanted. Reaching into my coat, I took out my knife and flicked it open. I gave him the knife. Am I dead? Oh, I gave him the knife, sliding it across the desk. "Look," I said, "that's all there is. Take it or leave it." But a detective knows when she's beat, and I knew then. He wanted to search the place, and that's what he would do. I sighed, knowing my weakness for his type. "Alright," I said, "let's look." I don't know where this axe has come. Ooh, cat's eyes. He let out a gleeful meow in victory. I picked up the knife and cut a piece of my apple that the cat had rejected. Always the sore winner, I jabbed. But I was smiling too, because I was telling the truth. There was absolutely no other food in my apartment. Alright, cool. We went into the cat's eye, and then this shit was there. The cat often dropped by to scavenge. He made a lot of noise when he thought I was holding out on him. But right now the place was clean empty, no food anywhere. I had to prove it to him. Look, it's a cat! Oh, the cat had waltzed into my apartment a few years earlier. He kept coming back, though there was rarely a morsel to eat. He'd continue his loud meowing until I proved to him the place was empty of food. Yeah, let's talk to our cat. It doesn't matter how doe-eyed you are, cutie pie. We've got no food around, I told him. He licked his chops and looked at me. Apparently he still didn't believe that. I needed to contradict him somehow, to show him something in the apartment that would prove it was empty of food. Notes? Oh god! These are indeed notes. So, show the cat there's no food. It's just like L.A. Noire, but instead of trying to fight criminals, we're just trying to fight our cat. Well, I imagine I'm not ready to contradict, so I'll get back to that later. Do we have a fridge? Cigarettes. Packaged cigarettes were the latest trend, but I still prefer to roll my own. The ashtray was evidence that it was a practiced skill. I suppose I had a lot of free time back then. A bird? I kept a small statue underneath the side table. Yeah, no one cares. A lamp. The lamp had belonged to my Uncle Louis. He'd been an SFPD officer of San Francisco. One who argued policewomen could be good detectives, even while the others jeered at me. I knew he'd... Oh, I'm a girl! Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know I was a girl. Oh, I'm gonna change my voice now. I knew he'd been right, but my current workload didn't help that claim. I thought about Louis. Oh, okay. I thought about Louis more often than I wanted. I was lousy at handling the emotions behind those thoughts. Everyone, I know these voices are terrible, but trust me, it's for a good cause of allowing you to blend into the narrative right here, right now. The regular white icebox, tinged yellow with age, half-blocked the kitchen doorway. My income rarely kept much stocked in it, and right now it was empty. Oh, is this the evidence we need? Evidence! Evidence! Cat, guess what I have? Yeah, I'll talk to you. I've checked the fridge. It's empty. It doesn't matter how doe-eyed you are, cutie pie. We got no food around, I told him. He licked his chops. Contradict. How can I contradict? Also, it's really annoying, right? When the bloody, like, spyglass blends in with the white, it's really hard to see. I nearly lost my mouse. Icebox. I can't really get much stocked in. Right now it's empty. Yes. I opened the icebox so the cat could see inside. Empty, I told him. The cat looked quizzically at the open door, then back at me. Sorry, fella, there's no grub in there for me either. Cool. He stared at me with eyes as disappointed as I felt. Those big yellows always got to my soul. Thoughts of my family filled my head. Sure, let's find out about your sister. My sister, Muriel. Oh god, that's one of the most typical names for this voice to say. My sister Muriel had sent a letter with an update of her life in Chicago. She and her husband had just purchased a new home outside the bluster of the city. Their 3 young children were looking forward to the move. I'd never told Muriel, but those letters kept me going because I love my sister. No joke, I actually do have a sister, she's pretty cool. My sister had the ordinary lifestyle that I had rejected. I wanted to change the world, because that is kind of what I want to do. I wanted to change the world, to bring justice for victims, especially the ones who no longer had a voice. Not that I was helping advance that cause with the types of cases coming my way. Oh good, you feel valuable to society. My mind spiraled into the usual series of questions. Had I even impacted the women's movement? Oh, we're feminist? Rocks. Had I made any change on society at all? Was my blood and career worth losing traditional happiness? What was the point of the life I had chosen? Oh god. And here's the cat just like, yeah, I have to take your shit. A loud meow from the cat snapped my thoughts back into the moment. I took a deep breath and grinned back at him. Yeah, cool. Guess you can scram. Yeah, fuck off. Oh. There immediately came a banging on the front door. Beyond a nuisance, this cat was psychic too. You want her out, I asked him. Open the door. Oh, hello friend. Oh, I see you have no eyes. That's convenient. In the doorway was the regrettably familiar face of Connor Green. I wonder why they call him that. Is it because he's got a black tie? I stared at him. A hired hand for whomever needed a job done. But Green snitched whenever he was put in a squeeze. Working the beats, I remembered that all too well. Remarkably, the underground had been blind to it, but Green wasn't particularly assiduous. Oh, I was certain the criminal ranks would eventually plug him. Yeah, he can smile a lot. He looked at me through the doorway with a coy smile. Well, ain't you gonna invite me inside? I started closing the door. Yeah, why not? I mean, we can pork. I let him... Stop. Why does he keep doing that? Oh, wave my hair about because I'm so attractive. I let him through the door before closing it. Hey now, he said, looking at my apartment. You know, this closet might turn off some customers. Maybe not me, though. Okay. So that was his angle, hiring me as a detective. Oh, this was our boss. Private eye. Thought this was gonna be quick. I smoke. I'm learning all sorts about myself today. It wasn't quick and I'd already rolled and lighted a second smoke when Green finally finished his story. I noted the important bits in my book. Start with a letter slipped under his door. It read, end your game or we'll end you. It has no signature. Cool. Green had a lead on a new rum running scheme. Green surmised the letter was about his rum running. Wait, those are exactly the same... Okay, cool. He suspected Redstone Stable. Yeah. Yeah. He must have noticed my reticence because he said, you know, I work closely with Lewis. I'm sure he'd want to protect me as much as any other victim. My uncle... God, you know, I like decision making in games, but is this decision really going to impact us that much? If I say any of these, it's not like I'm going to die. I'd finally accepted Lewis's death. Conclusion. Was Green worth my time? No, because you just smile again, waving around, that cool kid. Before I could think past my headache, he threw a bill in my lap. Keep the C note as a retainer. And don't worry about getting in touch. Yeah, cool. He walked out. Yeah, fuck off. Oh my god. I turned back to the apartment, still confused about the whole story. My headache wasn't helping either. Whenever I like character, a trip to Southern Coffee was usually the cure. I don't know where I keep my coffee. You haven't explained that yet. I thought you said we haven't got anything. What's this? Copies of murders. Can we go out? Is that an option? What's through this door? I'm on a gold plate on the outside. Yes, I can leave. I'm free. There was only one place I needed to go clear my mind. Southern Coffee. Southern Coffee was a basement dive. It wasn't modern, hip, or ever busy. And it was my favorite place to down some paint. Down some paint? Alright, if that's what they used to say in the old days. Especially in the company of my best bartender in the city. God, the animation to this is lovely. But I'm really bored. Oh, okay. I gave my address and slouched in. I'm just gonna not talk. I don't care. Peered out the window. Can we drink some alcohol now? Or, well, I suppose in this case, coffee. Can't drink on the job. Southern Coffee was an automat diner. Ethel Burgess, the lone waitress, was friendly to help with any inquiry. Of course, if you winked to her right, she'd show you the way to the downstairs toilet, where Frankie played bathroom attendant. Yes, a feeling of home. I don't know what home you're talking about. But it smells mold in your basement. Yep. Oh, we have to interact with stuff. Alcohol. I grabbed the wine bottle on the bar and examined its label. It featured a picture of grapes and the word sacramental use only. Yeah, sure, I'll get drunk. Oh. I grabbed the half-empty glass that had been next to the bottle and swallowed some of its contents between my gums. A bit spicy, ain't it? Frankie asked. It's good. It'll cost you two, he said with a smile, and he grabbed the bottle from me, turning it through his hands. Rabbi's charged more than a nickel for this beauty. Only this type of Napa wine is made from that Zinfandel grape. Since when do you know grapes? Some of these grapes are older than you, Malone, and I've known about them since I was a small tot. It's why I'm so good at my job, you know. Frankie sighed. Too bad more folks can't taste them. That woman's league is the devil. This one. Aren't you done with the sauce? Sure, I'm dry now. Put the bottle down. Prohibition. So we're in the 20s. Cool. Take a seat. I'll make you something else. He was a fantastic orator. I'm going to go for the one I don't know the meaning of. For my money, there hasn't been anything, nor will there ever be a more loyal barman. Okay, is he just loyal? I thought he was trying to flirt with us. Got the spooks PC. You're worn as a catcher's mitt. Amazing dialect. $100. The story took longer than I'd wanted. Yeah, you're telling me this story's going on forever. What is the point right now of this story? Am I meant to relate to someone here? Like, is the detective actually this really cool, like... I don't know. I'm just kind of finding myself a bit bored at the moment. There's not much interaction going on. I replied, a lawyer. I refuse to admit. I sighed and stared down at my drink. Basement door. Oh, hello. You don't look happy. A small blustering woman began marching towards me. She was wearing a light blue cloth. Yep, she's wearing clothes. This is important because... Oh, hey, Lewis. Turned away. The cat. What did you do with my cat? Yep, Sty. And that was when I gathered she was Connor Green's wife. I thought Green was flirting with us. But, whatever. Mrs. Green, I'm a PI, not a home wrecker. I don't think your husband in his line of business would want to bed a dick anyhow. I'm completely lost. Prove it. I'm gonna prove it by... my desk lamp! My lamp had belonged to my Uncle Lewis. Oh, wait. I want to go for something bizarre. What about an ashtray? Oh, wait. Can I... Oh, really? statue. So does everything here have a consequence? Yes. I'll show her my icebox. What does that have to do with anything? It doesn't show you're a detective. Yeah, it does. Yeah, I don't care. She had seen her husband leave my apartment. Yep. She ended her tirade with all works, the tears ruining whatever rouge she had on her face. Yes, I am a detective of the year. I just ruined a relationship. When Frank returned, I said to him, "You turned night real quick." Because this is the best barman ever. Who literally proved himself by allowing us to drink on the job. Oh my god. Alright, look. I'll be perfectly honest. I'm not digging this. Like, here's the thing. It is brilliantly made. I will admit that. This looks good. To be fair, that's it. It just looks good. I mean, with the actual interaction with the player, all I'm doing is clicking a down arrow. There's no mini games to keep me interested. The plot is okay, but if the player isn't doing anything except just reading on and on, this might as well be a book. Look, basically I just think there needs to be more to this game. The interaction of just finding evidence and presenting it to people, including my house cat, just isn't that appealing. And you know, why should I care about any of the characters? What's so cool about this barman? What's so cool about us? What are we trying to do with our lives? We're trying to solve some kind of murder? I mean, I didn't get anything like that. I just got with someone who feels like they've wasted their lives. And we're also a detective, which is a bit contradictory, but I just don't know about it. I don't think this game is that entertaining, and I just think if it had a gameplay mechanic, I think it would be better. But it doesn't. So, at the moment, it's just text and pictures. Well, if you want to try the game, the link is in the description below. Hey, maybe you can convince me the game is pretty good. But without further ado, look out for books, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Until next time, see ya.